if I ever had a chance to be a friend to somebody. Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished because we got each other.
Yo, I have taken over Boardroom. Boardroom is now mine. Everyone else is not here. I'm the only person here. So guess what? I'm taking over Boardroom. With that being said, I'm going to open up the gates. Let's go. Come and join me. Let's talk shop. Because it's gonna be solo dolo. So come help me out. If not, then we'll just go super nerdy and we'll go into super deep dives and we'll just take questions. So let's see. Hit the link, come on in. Let's fucking go. I'll drop it again. Boom. What's up, Bradley?
Hey, what's up, my man?
How you doing?
Very good, very good. First time up in the boardroom here.
Thank you for joining me, bro.
No, you know, and it doesn't matter who's there, but I tell you what, I've been following you guys for about 3 years. Are you guys about, what, 2.5 years or so on the boardroom here? 2 years?
Yeah, it's much older than that, I think. I think it's like 3 or 4 years, but yeah, it's been a while. Yeah,
so, you know, just want to tell you and Uncle Bust and everybody, you know, it's been a wonderful ride these last 5 years. And what's just happened, the reason I'm kind of jumping up now and kind of joining the chat, I've been following you guys, of course, but joining up is this whole link to stuff going on. And not too happy with 2 of the OGs in the space. You know who I'm talking about, but I'll just call them Pepsi and Coke because that's all I can say, because the things they've been they came out. Did you hear that they came out? Each one of them, one on Saturday and one on Sunday.
Oh no, what'd they say?
Well, both of them came out, and let's just say my namesake came out Sunday morning, and basically called me and anyone else who dared say any comments bottom feeders. And, you know, basically that he actually said, I know I have more Link2 shares than anyone listening to me. Very arrogant, and it just, you know, it's just the wrong thing. You guys are completely opposite of that. Completely opposite of that. And
appreciate that.
No, listen, you guys are the real deal. And, you know, my journey takes me way back to 2017. And, you know, I don't know if we have time for questions or something. I would love to share some different perspective on this whole crypto world.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, long story short, man, I'm a Christian. You know, I'm 59 years old right now, right? Mm-hmm. So in my life, at 27 years old, you know, Jesus saves, not crypto, not XRP, but what the Lord has done in my life with this, you know, this way of making a future for my family has been incredible. So, long story short, nerdy, is grew up literally about 7 miles north of John Deaton. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So John Deaton, I don't know if anyone here in the chat's listening. If you haven't, get John Deaton's book, man. It's unbelievable, the life, you know, how he grew up in the streets of Detroit. He was like. In Detroit, we go by mile road. So he was on 5 Mile Road. I grew up at 13 Mile Road. But that 8 mile, you know, delta, that 8 mile difference is the world. I was middle class. He was the bottom poverty in Detroit.
Yep.
And so grew up middle class, and when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a millionaire before I'm 30. I mean, that was what I wanted to do. We were middle class, and I was hustling all those first little Mattel handheld games, right after Pong, and doing all that stuff in junior high school, making money, and then went to college. And between that period, I was doing a lot of drinking, a lot of gambling, a lot of just trying to make that next dollar. But yet, I went to college, became an engineer, which was 1987. So I came out, great money, construction engineer. But again, where am I going to make the millions from? So this is where this whole the crypto world kind of collides with my background in multi-level marketing. Okay, so multi-level marketing started hitting huge in the late 80s because of our economy. When the economy grows, the scams grow even more. Okay,
yeah, definitely.
And we're living that right now. We're living it right now. And so with me, being a vice president of a major construction company at 22 years old wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. I wanted more, more women, more booze, more gambling. But, how am I going to do that? Well, someone approached me getting in the Amway business. And I'm sure you're familiar with multi-level marketing, right, Nerdy?
Hell yeah. I actually was in a vitamins company before, like around 2008, 2009-ish, but most definitely I joined a few when all that was popping off. Well,
that's it. It's funny you just mentioned it because Amway still today, 2025, they're probably, I think it's 8 billion, something like it's crazy. They're still number one, right? But here's the key, and I want everyone to understand this, is that when they started in 1959, Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, right? They came from the very first multi-level marketing company in the United States. In the 1930s was California Vitamin Company, okay?
Yeah.
So the California Vitamin Company started back in the 30s, and that was right after Charles Ponzi was arrested in New York in the late 20s. So the illegal guy created, this Christian guy, I wrote it down here. I don't know what his name was, who started California Vitamin Company, whatever. He comes out, starts this legal multi-level marketing where, people get in, and now you're making money off people and the product. That's the whole concept there. So I get involved in Amway, and I just start ripping it up, Nerdy. Listening to the tapes every day, reading the books, the positive, because we didn't have this stuff. We didn't have YouTube influencers and likes and everything. It was all about tapes and cassette tapes, So I was banging it up, 60 people in the group. I signed some people up in Poland and Mexico, and but they're again not making much money, So it couldn't fill the void. So I'm like, okay, I'm 25 now. I got 5 years left to make my millions, but yet I was gambling like a fiend, smoking, drinking, the whole thing, right? So funny thing happened. Optional worship service at one of the Amway conventions. That's where I hear the gospel. 27 years old. And, it changed my life. It just, this is my story. This is for me, right?
Yep.
So for me, it's all about Christianity and crypto. That's, Christ and crypto, you know what I'm saying? So
are you familiar with Jim Rohn? Have you heard of Jim Rohn?
Jim Rohn?
Yeah.
You're talking about the sports figure?
No. So Jim Rohn was he was one of the first guys that I heard about. And
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, when I joined a multi-marketing company, it was for a vitamins company. I was introduced to Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn is basically like an inspirational speaker.
Yes,
and he's like, he talks about Christ and all this other stuff, but he's mostly about talking about like a business and how there's patterns within society and how not to give up and how to keep on going and all that stuff. But that's actually what I think I was around 18, 16, 17, 18 around that time. That's when I actually got into all this business stuff and, trying to make a bunch of money. But this seeing all that money around just a handful of people, it just makes you just in awe. It's like, okay, I want a piece of that pie. And it kind of life ignites this fire under you that you just, like it's possible. Like you've seen it, firsthand. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, absolutely firsthand. Because again, nerdy, I was 21 years old making $65,000 as a vice president. Well, 22. It took me 2 years. Everything was rolling at that time. This is 1989,
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough. So anyways, gave my life to Christ at 27 years old on the 5th floor of the Amway Grand Plaza, crying like a baby because, I finally found for me what I realized, never turned back since that day.
Yeah.
Because for me, the miracle of my life, I stopped on a dime. I'd be swearing like a sailor at the construction site. You can imagine. I mean, just swearing. The drink, the very first day in the job, you get out, you drink a 12-pack after, and it went on and on. And in that period, nerdy, before the Amway thing, I had a guy come up to me. It was 1989, and it was a true airplane. Talk about an illegal.
Wow.
A guy says to me, Brad, I need $1,500. You come to my brother-in-law's house, and he starts setting up that airplane, the pilot, co-pilot. And and here I am giving $1,500 cash in the laundry room of some guy's basement, right?
Yeah.
Then I moved up the ranks, and I'm telling my dad I'm gonna make $12,000, and my dad goes, but Brad, there's nothing there. It's all a scam, and I didn't listen to him, of course, So threw that money away. But anyways, I got into Amway. Now the thing with Amway, and that's why, and I'll tie this up with crypto now and XRP, is that Amway, everybody would call it Scamway. I would reach out to my friends and family, and they'd say, "No, that's illegal. It's illegal." And I studied enough to understand. In 1959, they started it, right? But what did the government do? The government came down and shut it down. The government shut down Amway, and they took them, many, many, many months. Even I think it might have been a year before they proved that as long as there's a product flowing through, then it's legal.
Yep.
And so obviously they beat the rap. That's why Ripple just went through this 4 years. They're going to be the only one with clarity. It's very similar in nature to what Amway had to
100%.
do with the government, right? So, so basically after that, when I became a Christian, funny thing, first Bible study, I meet my wife. And meet my wife, my first Bible study. And at 30 years old, she had 2 sons at the time. They're my oldest sons now. And I think you met one of them last week. I know you met the oldest one. So they were 16 and 14 when I got married. And I always tell everybody I became a millionaire when I was 30. So it's, it's
nice.
a different type, of thought process. But here it is. The fire in me throughout me growing up, I bought properties and got ripped off and lost them. I did, like I said, the Amway thing, the money, the gambling. I mean, all these things trying to go after that. I finally found what I feel in my life is peace, truth, and everything, and hope. And I tell anybody to listen now, I'm a hope dealer. I'm a hope dealer. I love it. I love dealing hope.
Yeah.
And one beggar tell another beggar where to find bread. That's it. I don't judge anybody. I don't chew, smoke, drink, or chew anymore. But I love those who do. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah.
And I don't judge any. But here's what happened. So now my wife, she's a firefighter. Praise God for my wife. She's 65 years old, still fighting fires. Okay.
Wow.
She's my hero. But at the time, she was able to work full time while I started my business. So 3 months after we got married, I started my own business, building gas stations and car washes. That's what I've always done in my 38 years of construction. And so bottom line with that, nerdy, is that I got that bug. I'm feeling that bug now. The entrepreneur bug. I'm starting to build and everything, right? Well, then get into some bad deals, lose money. Get into some property deals, lose money because I wasn't doing the right thing with the right people. I was just trying to not listen to the Lord and do the wrong thing. Well, so the 2008 comes. We all know what that is all about. 2008, 9. I almost lost everything. I had the 2 steps at the time and the 3 boys. I had 5 boys at the time, and it was really, really, really hard for us that year, right? Well, I had to get away from being an entrepreneur. I got to work for someone else now to get that steady paycheck, right?
Yeah.
That lasted 7 years till 2017. Well, funny thing is, Michigan legalizes marijuana in December 2017 now, right?
Yeah.
So now my clientele for all those years, a lot of the Arabs and Chaldeans in Michigan here building gas stations for them, they started taking over the cannabis market. so I hit it big in construction for a couple years. So I had some disposable income. Go visit my son in Maryland, and he starts 2017. He starts telling me about this thing called Litecoin. Okay, so he shows me what this Coinbase is, and I'm sitting there going, I'm not going to get back into this Amway thing again, the multi-level. What on earth what is this Coinbase stuff? So I just start a wallet, and I know what I'm doing. Buy some Litecoin, have no clue what it is. Then my son, one of Andy's younger brothers, super smart. He's one in med school now, and there again, XRP is helping pay his med school. One of my other boys is a nurse now. Another boy is out in Seattle becoming a doctor in physical therapy. All due in part in the last couple of years because of crypto. So I've been taking a couple licks off those ice cream cones there. But
when I first got into crypto, the first thing I invested into was I think it was Dash and Litecoin, and I bought, and then I converted that into XRP because it was cheaper.
Bingo! I think the only reason I did it was because it was cheaper, and that's the only reason I did it. And that was probably about 2018 or so.
Yeah, it was like what? It was like 18 cents.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Oh no. You mean XRP?
Yep. XRP was like 18 cents. It was super cheap.
Yeah, it was in the teens. But here's what happened is that now I started, building the cannabis facilities, making some good disposable income. While that market was high, it's dead now. The cannabis is dead in Michigan now. So I'm back to the gas stations for the next couple of years before I retire. But so in 2020, when the pandemic came, I just every day, we're talking, the two guys, I'm not even going to mention their names because Mr. Pepsi, let's call him again, my namesake, on Monday morning or Sunday morning show, he also said he's got a Maryland court that he threatened us bottom feeders if we say anything about him. You know where I'm going. This is just ridiculous.
That is pretty ridiculous. The whole Link 2 stuff is crazy. Right?
Well, I'll give you some insight on that. John Deaton, he did a space on Friday, and I'll give you some insight. I'm heavily invested into Link 2. Why? Because it's all straight up financial. It's all good. I had a cash out already. One, Marquetta. I don't know if you heard Marquetta years ago.
Yeah,
Marquetta. So through the Link 2 platform, Marquetta went IPO. And it popped into my Schwab account, and it worked. It's a great vehicle, and so that was kind of my insurance, and it still is, in case of the crypto or the crypto robbery or whatever, something, all this stuff happens. I still got all these Link2 shares with legal quality companies, Ripple, Uphold, Kraken, Impossible took a dump because nobody cares about fake meat anymore. But, so anyways, we'll get back to the Link2 thing, but so when the pandemic came, Nerdy, it was all day long. I mean, Jungle, Moon Lambo, Working Money Channel, Mr. B, XRP, he was real big. I listened to him every day. You remember him?
Yep.
Yeah, he ended up working at Link2. All this stuff. Blockchain Backer, Thinking Crypto, James Rule, all these guys, I would just consume. But the key one in all that group was XRP Bags. And Bags is the one. He's really the only, you guys and him are really the only guys I really get my news from now, just because I got the bags full. I got it all that stuff done. And these two guys now, I don't want to make this all about.
Go ahead and say it.
Ripping on them, but I'm very, very disappointed with them. And I tell you what, maybe you shared this on one of your 110.97 reasons why I'm not going to XRP Vegas. You know what that is?
Oh yeah, definitely Brad Crimes.
Yeah, but you know why I have 910.97 reasons why I would never go there?
Why?
Because that's the general admission ticket. Do you know that?
Oh, really?
It's $1,000.
$1,000 ticket was wild. It was 10 grand at one point, I think. It was crazy.
Oh my!
Yeah, the ticket price is stupid.
100% nerdy, and this is what disgusted me about the Amway days. It wasn't the product or the building itself; it's the people that would charge.
Well, okay, if you want to talk about this, I have some things to say about this.
Sure.
This is a good segment. So my thing about all this stuff is that I think it's really shady how when people throw some kind of crypto events or they price things outrageously and they're actually stealing money from people.
Yes.
Because most people in crypto don't really have too much money to spend, but some people do. Then a lot of these events don't really amount up to what they're trying to sell, and I think that's pretty shady.
100%. And again, for anyone listening right now or whoever's going to listen, I mean, you know, these guys are real. You guys are real dudes. I don't see, you know what? This thing can go to, XRP can go to 20 next week. And you think this show is going to stop?
No.
No, because it's a show that is trying to help people. And I really appreciate your guys' heart. And like I said, this, you know, I don't even want to say the name you just called, Brad, because here's this guy threatening people on his show. It's ridiculous.
That is crazy.
Yeah. If you just listen to you know, Digital Perspectives Sunday morning. Just listen to Monday how he opens up, or Sunday morning how he opens up with his show. Mm-hmm. And it reminded me of when Hillary Clinton called us deplorable. It reminded me of the same thing. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And so, but back when the pandemic hit, so it went down to 8 cents, and I just started filling the bags because I had the ability to do. And I praise God that I had the ability to do that at that time. So,
can I say something really quick before you go forward?
Yeah.
So I actually have a family member that texts me, and like, he lives in Canada, and he will text me. We'll text back and forth about like, hey, you know, because we're both into crypto, we're both XRP fans, and we're both in it, hold it, whatever. And then today he was just like, man, it's rough out here. Like it's been pretty hard lately. And I'm like, bro, look. I went down this road of being, you know, quote unquote black pilled or feeling negative, but you have to understand the scenario that's going on here. It's either going to zero or it's a whole new industry that's being born. You just have to chill out and just wait for it to pop. Because I personally believe this is none of this is going to zero. There's too much liquidity tied into it, and it's the technology itself. It's so useful and makes everything so more efficient that, you know, it works hand in hand with AI and AI agents. So it's never going to go away technically, right?
No, so, it won't.
Yeah. So this I was trying to explain to him. I was like, bro, just chill out. Red days are the best days. If it goes to red, buy some more. If it goes lower, buy some more. Like, just chill out, because eventually at some point in time something has to give, where the economy is going to collapse, it's going to crash, and this stuff is just going to pop to freaking Narnia, and you're going to be like, okay, I was stressing for no reason. Because that's the inevitable outcome, right? Like it's not even how long till that happens.
100%. And I tell you what, Nerdy, you may have seen it in my chat before. Maybe you guys didn't catch it, but I put it in there a couple times. July 4th on a Saturday in 2020. July 4th, 2020. I was watching it for myself. XRP for about an hour or two hit 0.1776 cents, so 17.76 cents. Gold was 1,776 per ounce, and silver was $17. Oh, you heard this before?
Yeah, silver. Gold is ripping right now. Gold is at like $3,100, $3,133.
100%. But for that day, Nerdy, when they were all 1776, I knew it was all in. It's all a show. It's all the chosen one. It's period, done, over.
Yeah.
You know? So been filling ever since. But then I pivoted after that back into 22, 23 into the XRPL. So just numerous projects all throughout the XRPL, because now you're talking about the ledger, not the coin, and that's where a lot of I shared with you guys before. You guys got me into it's not on the XRPL, but SHX, XPR.
Yeah, strong. So there's actually a few coins I'll show today right now. Like SHX is taking over basically Visa and MasterCard, because we have a dispensary here in Sacramento, and they're basically excommunicado from the banks because the banks don't really want anything to do business with them. But they actually have a POS system that offers Stronghold for payments. Yeah. So Stronghold is for the people who the bank neglect, but Stronghold is there to fill in that gap, and Stronghold is a really big deal. Another one is ZBEC. I didn't really know too much about ZBEC, but I've been looking into ZBEC. ZBEC is fire. ZBEC is basically taking over payroll. That's pretty much what that's doing with that one. Velo is fire. I think Velo is totally just under the radar. Did you hear the thing about Vast?
No. The Vast Bank. That's Greg Kidd.
No. So Jed McCaleb is he's creating this company called Vast. Well, he created this company called Vast to basically they're basically taking over the NASA space station, and they're creating a new space station, and NASA's going to be their customer. So NASA's basically saying, hey, you know what, we're not going to maintain or build spaceships no more, we're going to just outsource it, and they're going with Vast to do so. So that's like, and they're going to commercialize the old one, so that means people are going to be there, they're going to be to go visit, check it out, and there's not going to be cash on there, so they're obviously getting some kind of currency, right? So they might use Velo or XRP or Stellar or something. So I think that's going to be pretty dope.
There's going to be so many
there's
of
a lot
them.
of things.
Yeah. Well, 6 months ago, Fuma was telling you guys about XRPH. That's my second largest, as far as
healthcare, and it works too. That's the crazy part, is that you can actually get discounts from it. Yeah.
You get discounts, but here's the deal: they're going public on the Canadian stock market in the third quarter. So that was announced on LinkedIn. And and then they had throughout the about 2 weeks ago, they announced the trademark. All throughout the EU, they're trademarked, and they'll be the only not digital, but AI ran healthcare system throughout the EU. It's phenomenal.
That's gonna be crazy.
It's crazy. But the use cases, like you just listed, they're just, I don't know what else to say. I'm a big Flare guy. I believe in Flare in the long run. So. What's your thought on Flare?
I think what Flare is doing something is basically trying to become a next generation Chainlink in sort of a sense. Not really, but kind of sort of. But I'm not really focused on Chainlink, nor am I really focused on Flare. I'm actually a really big fan of Band. Have you heard of Band Protocol?
No.
Well, Band Protocol is one of the OG Oracle chains that's been working with the XRP ledger from like way back when. And they're actually like Cosmos, they're WASM, so they're basically on the Cosmos chain, and they have interoperability with XLR, which has interoperability with like all the EVMs and whatever. And they just created interoperability with Sonic, and Sonic is like Phantom Chain, which is like the Asian side of the blockchain world, and they're going into gaming and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Crow. Someone said don't sleep on Crow. Crow is on the Cosmos chain, and then Band is interoperable with that too. So I think that's pretty dope. I don't know if you really heard of Base. So Base is Coinbase's. So we're talking about Coinbase earlier. Coinbase has their own chain called Base, and their chain, that Base chain, is actually pretty dope. Like, I'm not gonna lie, everything's actually really fast. The fees are really low. It's actually really nice to operate and to build on. I think Base is going to take over Ethereum in a sense, because it's really tight. I think it's going to take over as a layer 2.
So back to conspiracy. You think Ethereum's going to last? What's your thought on that?
Man,
it's a big one.
I think so. I don't know if you heard, but what's I'm gonna call it? BlackRock.
Yep.
They increased their holdings. They had like 400,000 or 700,000 invested into Ethereum, but now they have like I think like $1.2 million invested in Ethereum.
So Ethereum's going nowhere. I think BlackRock just announced, was it the EU or somewhere, they just became a crypto, I don't want to say bank, but
I think they're talking about like their build or bold or whatever profile they have. BlackRock.
Yeah. So if BlackRock's tied in, that's it. That's Stack Rock is what I call them. They're stacking everything, and whatever they got, they're
Stack Rock is a solid ass name, because they're stacking they're stacking Bitcoin, and they're stacking Ethereum, where everyone is fearful, and they're just buying it all up.
That's it. Stack rock. You can't beat that. And so if you follow again, this is like the reverse Kramer theory. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Back when I started investing, whatever Greg Kidd talked about is what I got in. So when I listened to all his interviews, the poker game, when he got in, he's the money behind all these projects. And he just started that vast bank. He ran for Congress. You know all about Greg Kidd. That guy. Then he just started stablecoin. You know all about that one, right? That's backed by the banks, the U.S.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And he's got it on uphold now, and you can earn interest through it, and the FDIC, all the banking through it. That stablecoin. And he's the one that said, "I want the big." He wants the 90%, not the 1% that RULSD, or Ripple wants. Whatever. But he's a big stablecoin guy, and so I used to always follow whatever he talked about. I used to invest in. Yeah.
Hell yeah! I think stablecoins and tokenization are gonna take over the next few years. Like that's gonna be the main. Like when people I think when people talk about crypto, they're gonna think NFTs and meme coins. But when people bring up the name digital assets, they're gonna think of tokenization, stablecoins, and like actual use case utility type deals. Even though there's the same shit.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to separate them by name like that. Like, blockchain and crypto is this, but digital assets is this. And then people have a different respect for different assets.
No, it's wonderful. Yeah, no, again, I just wanted to tell you guys that I really appreciate all the shows over the years. I mean, I got last year, I got a bad hip. So I've been a runner my whole life, right? So I wanted to run one last half marathon with one of my boys last October. So all last year on Sundays, I could only run one day a week because I'd hurt so much. And I've been listening to you guys every Sunday during my run. And, it was great getting to know you guys through the airways. Look forward to meeting you someday.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited for the moon party. I think this is a good segment in time to go to, hold on. Where is it? Oh, I don't think we have it on here.
So why are they letting you fly solo today? What happened?
Everyone had something busy. So everyone had something to do. Everyone was busy, and then we're just dedicated to the show. We just keep going no matter what. So,
absolutely. 100%.
I don't have it on here. Well, you guys got lucky out because I don't have it. No promo because I don't have it on here.
Yeah.
But let's tap into the link to stuff because I think people are interested about that, and I just pulled it up on.
It's funny you say this. So basically, I didn't plan on this, but I'm going up here. So I was one of the first persons to get in. See, this is all the gifts they used to send us. They used to send all the Apollo members wine at Christmas for the first couple of years, but I was one of the first ones to get in. And there's two owners or two people that started it, right?
Yeah, yep.
And so the one, and again, I'm not going to get into, but apparently those two, I don't want to say too much because again, I don't want to get in trouble. But the bottom line is, it's all legit. One of them are still there. Then the guys that came in. This is my theory now. I don't have information. I'm kind of being like John Deaton was on his Spaces. Everybody thought, but John Deaton did talk to the new CEO, Dan Siciliano. So I can tell you that because he just talked about it last Friday. Okay. So he went on a 20-minute space and there were 4,000 people listening to Deaton. And Deaton did talk to him directly. And so all the funds are safe. Everything's good. Even if they went bankrupt, which there's no indication they are, but even if they did, all the funds are solid. And when the company would go IPO, whoever it may be you're invested in would go to your account. See, so you're not out losing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, hell yeah. I just want to read this real quick. So I got a quick explanation for people just to catch up on what we're talking about. So this is right here. John Deaton, a well-known attorney and crypto advocate, has been vocal about the issues investors are facing with Link2, a private equity investment platform. In March 2025, Deaton scheduled a Zoom meeting to discuss growing complaints from users regarding withdrawal delays, lack of communication from Link2, and concerns over customers' financial stability. Deaton's interest in the issue is significant because many XRP holders, whom he previously represented in the SEC lawsuit against Ripple, have invested in Link2. Given his reputation as the advocate for crypto investors, he has hinted at a possibility of a class action lawsuit against Link2 if the platform does not address the concerns properly. Link2 recent issues. Link2 has been under investigation for its business practices and compliance, leading to an internal review and executive reshuffling in March 2025. In September 2024, Link2 scrapped a $7 million SPAC merger that would have been taken public, citing market challenges. Users are reporting difficulties withdrawing funds and receiving responses from Link2 support, prompting calls from legal actions. Deaton's investigation suggests that the situation with Link2 is serious, as his legal expertise and crypto community influence could pressure the company into resolving the issue or face legal consequences. So it sounds like Link2 is playing shady business, and John Deaton might represent the XRP army again. So that's pretty. Yeah. People know.
Listen, I'm all about John Deaton, and I signed up for the original class action back, and I had my wife sign up too because she had an account. But all I can say is, if anybody's out there with Link2, I feel, my opinion, this is not coming from anyone, this is my opinion. When you go IPO, when a company goes IPO, and Nerdy, you have to have a period where you have to stop business, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's whatever, months, whatever. This is getting everything ready to go with the SEC to go IPO. I think that's what they're doing right now. I think it's looking shady, but I think when they come out, this is going to be IPO. And you know how many of this BlackRock and everybody's going to invest into Link2 with the IPO? That's what I think is happening, my personal opinion. Because the people I've talked to, and I won't say any names, I feel completely confident that it's going to come out on a good end. The 100%. Problem I have is the two biggest influencers that were shilling it, and the reason I got into it was because of, I can say their names, I'm not going to say nothing negative, but Brad Kimes and DAI. I listen, they're two of my Mount Rushmore OGs in the space for me, right?
100%. Yep.
But they're blown off the mountain now. I don't even want to hear them anymore because that's my opinion. And the reason I'm saying is because they could have listen, I was involved in the cannabis business here in Michigan. I signed many of NDAs, 3 or 4 NDAs. I know what NDAs are. I get it. All they had to say to the community is, I'm under an NDA because I'm one of their sponsors. That's all they had to say, but they didn't say nothing for weeks. And that's what bothered me. And again, that's kind of why I'm like, you know what? There's got to be more people like me that's been around a long time that can support you guys in your mission to be a voice of the people. And 100%. I don't know what else to say to that. John Deaton is one of them. John Deaton, I'll get behind him any.
I love John Deaton. Shout out to John Deaton for sure.
Shout out to John Deaton. And if you don't have his book, Nerdy, order it on Amazon and start. I'm halfway through it, and I'm this dude. Where he came from. And park until I started reading the book, but solid guy. But yeah, he kept saying to everybody last Friday in the space, he kept saying that I want everyone to understand that I'm like you. I have a lot invested, but I feel completely comfortable that everything's going to be okay. And so, and the reason it's so kind of public is because we're all in this XRP space, and the XRP OGs are the one that promoted them and Uphold. I bought half of my shares on Link2 came from Uphold. I transferred XRP over and bought on Link2 because they had that connection between them, right? So there's a huge connection and Nerdy like I do right now, I'm upset with Uphold just like you are. As soon as that Trump
me and Uphold have such a love-hate relationship. If Uphold is watching right now, Uphold, I love you. Okay?
I love him too.
Shout out to you. You're the OG. But this is my pickle with you, okay? This is my pickle with you. You keep putting out these okay. First, you acknowledge the fact that you just put out posts that don't mean anything, and you just put them out just for engagement, okay? And you admitted that. Like I know, like everyone knows that you admitted that, all right? And you acknowledge that. The second thing is the $1,000 per XRP stuff. You just keep repeating it, and I think it's more engagement, like farming engagement, game engagement and farming, than it is actually something that is true. And then lastly, the Trump coin stuff.
Yep.
You were so like head first to put it on your platform, but there's still no stronghold. Like we've been asking you to list stronghold on Uphold for ages.
Yeah.
For ages. Just list stronghold already on Uphold so the people can be happy straight up. Those are my only pickles. Besides that, you're a cool ass platform, and I like your posts and stuff. I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
And I want them to go IPO. See Mike.
Yeah, go IPO so we can all get rich. You know, like more power to you. But at the same time, calm down with the shilling.
Yeah.
Because the problem that we have with the XRP community is that there's a lot of people who put out a lot of bullshit, and people buy into them bullshit. And then everyone else has to explain to those people, like, no, bro, someone is just bullshitting you. And then those people get offended. And then we have this disaster, this smudge of fudge of just yuckiness.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be there. People just don't say stupid shit to begin with. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
Yeah. And just another thing, one more thing I linked to. Remember what Robinhood got tapped, had to pay a bunch of fees. They were allowing people on.
The fees are stupid, bro. That like.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead and I'll talk about.
No. I'm just saying Robinhood had to go pay. So what's going to happen is linked to. They're going to pay a bunch of fines, but there's no, like John Deaton was saying, there's no fraud. There's all our funds are there. It's not a rug pull. None of that stuff. But why does John Deaton, the lawyer, have to go on a space to say it when you got these influencers? All they had to say, like I said, was I'm under an NDA. We'll let you guys know. But the way they came out, I don't know. I was really arrogant this weekend, and it just turned me. It just made me love you guys even more.
I think that people get buddy with a lot of these companies, and they get like this main character syndrome type ordeal. I think I don't know if it's feedback with me or whatever, but I'm sorry, I don't know how to fix it. But and I think that's kind of like a downfall with a lot of people in the crypto space that get a lot of fame, or they get a lot of clout from something or somewhere, and then all of a sudden they just start scamming their own audience or their followers, and then just like turn into really shitty people. I think that's fucked up.
I mean, again,
I think, like, we're all just random ass folks talking about crypto. Exactly. Some people, the people who present the information the best are the ones who gain traction, right? Because people are curious. They want to know what the hell is going on or how something works. And people have interest in certain projects that other people have certain interest in projects. And some people might call it tribalism, but at the same time, it's like, my problem with this whole crypto industry, I'm going to go back to the main topic we're talking about again, is the fees. Is that, like, I'm being charged a fee. So I'm being charged money to use my card to buy the digital asset. And then I'm being charged money to convert my digital asset into another digital asset. And then I'm being charged money to convert that digital asset into fiat again.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I being charged so many goddamn fees when the network itself, when the natively the network that we're trying to utilize, whether it be the XRP ledger, Algo, Hedera, whatever it may be, literally don't charge any freaking fees natively on the chain. That's what makes them the chain that they are. So why the hell is there a middleman platform charging me 3% on no matter what the hell I do? And then on top of that, you're not only charging me 3% on whatever the hell I'm trying to do, but you're charging me in crypto. Bruh, you're stealing my fucking bags. Like, you have your little tiny little fingers in my bag and you're stealing 3% of my crypto. You charge me the fee in fiat, and then I'll pay the fiat fee with crypto, but don't charge me the fee in crypto. Like, what the fuck?
But that's it. I mean, what about our whole tax? We get tax on our paycheck. The money we take home, then we pay taxes on with the money we take home on all the gas and the food. It's
Yeah.
tax. You know, it's wrong, right?
It's fucked up.
It's absolutely.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like think about it. There's people out here with only $40, right? There's people out here with $40, and they're like, bro, XLM is a couple cents right now. And if I have $40, it equals out to this. It might equal out to a perfect 100 XLM or whatever. You know, you go and trade it, and next you know you're left with like 72 XLM on something that you thought you're gonna get 100 with. 30 XLM was robbed from you under your freaking, you know. It's freaking crazy, man. Like, how are you supposed to make money when there's so many fees?
Again,
it's wild.
You know, this XRP Vegas. For the general admission fee, they're charging it.
Right? And that's the additional fuckery that goes on with all the other fuckery that's wrong, whatever going on, is that the market, the amount, the order, the price of what you're selling at is not at market. I mean, it's not at like they're not limit orders. I mean they're not market orders. They're limit orders. So in the limit order is at a higher price than what the actual market is. So you're not getting market order prices, right? So like the spread is fucking massive. So you're not getting, so like when Casper or something goes down to like, you know, 6 cents or 7 cents or whatever, you're buying it still at fucking 9 cents or a penny, which is fucked up, right? Like,
and that's why I'm saying the largest Coinbase, Uphold, Kraken, they're going to be, you know, the Apple's of the future. Amazon, these are the new. You know, Amazon, all, you know, these are the companies.
Yeah. I think honestly, bro, one thing I want to say is thank you for hopping on. I greatly fucking appreciate you. You are the fucking man.
Hey, nerd, I got a shirt for you here. See this?
Noah, was a conspiracy theory until it rains. Luke 17, 26. Yeah, exactly.
So Noah was a conspiracy theorist and it rained. So all this conspiracy now, it's all truth. It's true.
Yeah. I don't think people grasp the concept of what is really happening. Like, what a lot of these protocols and networks do. I'm not even talking about the token, because a lot of people get strung up just about the token and the price action of the token. I'm just talking about the networks themselves.
Right.
A lot of what these networks do by themselves makes shit efficient, but how they're going to be utilized, what people don't understand, is that they are most efficiently used when they're paired with AI agents. If you pair an AI agent with the blockchain, with the network, and then you're saying, hey, Mr. AI agent, I'm now giving you the capabilities of smart contracts. I'm now giving you the capability of stablecoins. Now I need you to do all this for me. Well, now it has financial tools that it never had before, and it's all fucking automated. Like, that's wild, you know? A lot of people don't grasp at that part, because what that does is it allows you to, one, fractionalize fucking anything into coins, right? Or into any kind of fraction, into like even the microest fraction you can think of, you know, microtransactions, which are basically micro fractions of something.
Yeah.
And then you can like think of, you know, the applications. You can do that with the home. You can fractionalize a home. You can fractionalize a land. You can fractionalize a country. You could fractionalize a society. You can fractionalize people. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit can get real crazy real fast. But I don't think people really understand that on the other side of that, everything is deflationary, meaning that the more that people utilize it the way that's supposed to be utilized, the people who are in it right now are gonna make massive fucking gains, and it's just it's fucking inevitable. There's no stopping it.
No, there's no stopping it. And again, I just I love people that you know, and listen, anybody that has a bag, it's a big bag, you know, because everybody's bag is huge in their mind, right?
Yeah.
That's their future. And that's why I'm glad to be part of all this, right? I know where my eternity lies, but right now, here's a good phrase, nerdy. Here's a good phrase that I think some of our other people in the XRP army is misplacing the words. I love Jesus, right? and I love people. I use crypto and I use XRP. But what these big shots are doing now is they're loving XRP, they're loving this moment, and they're using Christ, they're using people. That's the difference, okay? And I tell you right now, I never want to be like them at all. Zero. I don't want. Think about it. You want 1,000 people to watch your video, and of that 1,000, you're changing 90% of their lives. If you want 900,000 and you're changing 2 people, it's just ridiculous how they're growing and they're forgetting. I'm only talking about a few of them. Like I said, I listed off earlier. There's influences all over the place. But why can't you just be real and tell people you want to make a difference instead of padding your bank account? That's all they care. It's just ridiculous. I keep saying that word because it is, you know. And I seen it all back in the multi-leveling days, right after those 80s, right after the 80s came. Boy, there were, I mean, long distance phones, water filtration systems, you name it, and there was a multi-level, just like all these coins right now. The meme coins are getting a bad rap. They shouldn't be, but they are because of all the rug pulls.
Man,
listen, hold on, nerdy. Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, I'm old enough that the baseball cards that I threw away as a kid, I never kept them. Okay, the big Jim and Barbies and all these things we used to, you know, chop their heads off, and they're worth millions out, or not million, whatever, you know. But the point is, the same with meme coins. I got a bunch of NFTs back in 2020, and I just put them away. I'm like, you know, I don't know what my grandkids, they could be worth tons down the road, right?
Teletubbies. I mean, those little beanie babies, right? That's what it is.
There you go.
You don't know what the hell is going to be worth, but it'll be worth something.
Right. And so the meme coin, it's the whole what do you call it? Currency itself. It's a whole industry itself.
Yep. That's one thing that changed my mind about meme coins, because I went actually on a tangent one time because people are coming in and talking about meme coins and just chilling meme coins. And I didn't like it, but at the same time, I think I was very immature in a sense, because I didn't actually comprehend what meme coins actually are as a whole, right? Like, you know, a shout out to Ooga Booga with his memonics. I think that's pretty tight. But at the really, if you look at the broad sense of everything, meme coins are creating liquid pools of liquidity within the chain.
Yeah.
Right. And if you can, I don't want to give away what I'm doing with my tactic, but if you can create a token that is multi-chain, but it's liquid throughout multi chains, you've created a bridge. You've created a bridge that you can hop through each pair through networks. That's what stable coins are. Stable coins are bridges where bridges don't need to be built. I don't think people really understand that, because if you have a stable coin that's on a network and that's paired to a native token on that network, you natively just created a bridge for that network, because you can easily either hop in that pair or hop into the stablecoin portion and hop out or hop in. And if you have that throughout multiple chains, now you have a multi-chain asset. That's what meme coins create. And I don't think a lot of people comprehend that part.
Well, let me ask you this too, nerd, about the meme coin. And XRPH is kind of an example I'm giving you, because they're going public. So they started out with a token, then it became a business out of that. Now they're going IPO as a business. And I started staking all my XRPH last year. I was getting 25%. So after Fuma came on and said in Palm Bay he used his card, you know, and he saved $2 if I remember correctly. It was like $11 versus 13 or something like that, right? I bought even more. Here's the question I have for you. So at one time that was a meme coin. That was just something I just picked up because hey, it sounded good, you know, whatever. Can a meme coin become a stable coin, because they don't offer staking anymore because of scarcity? So once you follow what I'm saying, once all the coins are gone into the market of whatever their arena is, theirs is healthcare, can that meme coin or does it have to become stable to be able to run that economy, that particular economy? Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. So it all depends on what it does. Okay. So a lot of things of what the XRP ledger does happens in seconds, so the price doesn't really need to be high or low, because whatever's happening, if it's liquid in that specific second of what's up, right? In the specific second of that thing happening, then it's fine. The price comes from scarcity. So if more people are, for example, staking the token and this token becomes liquid, you get less volatility.
Mm-hmm.
But once you start creating scarcity, meaning there's less tokens altogether within the circulation, then that creates price action. So then you have stability with a stable coin that goes up in price. But at the same time, what is it doing to keep that momentum going? If it's not doing nothing and it's just something that's been trading on just for the price gains, eventually the steam's gonna run out.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it legit has to do something, and I think that's where meme coins can transform into the coupon and reward industry.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because like I said, I have 5 boys and I got 6 grandkids. So of course, you guys got any Jeepers or any of those type of things. And where are you from, Nerdy? California?
California, yeah.
Yeah, so you got Chuck E. Cheese or any of those things?
Yeah.
So I go to a Chuck E. Cheese. Do I want Chuck E. Cheese tokens or quarters? I want the tokens.
Yeah, or do you want a digital Chuck E. Cheese token that's on your phone that you don't have to carry around?
Well, that's where that's where it's going.
What's up, Bri? Bri, how you doing? Welcome in.
Pretty good. What's going on?
How's it going?
Good, man. Thanks for the
How's it going,
show.
brother?
Hey, what's up, Bradley?
Hell yeah. Would you rather hold Chuck E. Cheese physical tokens or Chuck E. Cheese digital tokens?
Oh,
Well,
man.
on that day with my grandkids, I want the digital or the token. I don't want quarters. That's what I'm saying. I want those tokens because that machine only takes those tokens. So
Yeah.
Same with car washes here in Michigan. You have to have a certain token if you want to go to the wash. But it is all being digitized, but the money won't work.
What do you think, Ryan?
Oh, man. I'm just thinking back. That like sparked a memory talking about that. We don't have Chuck E. Cheese in Canada, but we had this one in Alberta. I think it was called like Rocky and Bullwinkle's.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, man, you could go there for your birthday party and you'd go to this like big treasure chest filled with sand, and you'd take this scoop, and if it was your birthday, you get like extra scoops in the sand, and you just like start digging in there, and there's all these gold tokens that you get to use in all the arcade games.
Sweet.
Yeah. Memories.
I think I've been there, bro. You're like bringing back childhood memories.
I know,
I've
right?
been there.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. But
yeah, people don't know. I'm from Canada. I'm a Calgarian.
Well, hey, I got
Alberta,
one
bro.
for you. I got another one for both you guys. Then the XRPH IPO is going to be in Canada.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
because your healthcare is what, free?
Well, it's not free per se.
Per se,
But,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I pay a pretty
decent.
decent amount for the private healthcare. But I mean, you do get access to hospitals and stuff.
Wait, so you have an option of having private health insurance in Canada too? You just don't have to take the public one.
Yeah, I pay extra for a private one. It gives me
Hey, no, that's nice.
a lot more coverage.
It's probably you probably get seen faster too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, my doctor's online, so you can
Nice.
like webcam him. It's like an official family doctor now, which is sweet. It took me
Oh,
like
that's dope.
15 years to get one.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, not everyone gets access to a doctor, so it's pretty lucky.
No, man, I want to. If I can go back, I want to experience one time. I think it'd be a cool experience to have a doctor come to your house with the doctor bag.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, how you doing? Let me take care of you. I think that'd be really a cool experience, but I think that's only for rich folks.
Yeah. Yeah, even when I had like my initial visit with him, he was like, "Oh, this is just a meet and greet." I'm like, "Nah, bitch." I'm like, I got some questions.
I got some questions. Fix me.
Yeah.
Fix me.
So I mean, a lot of people would just be like, "Oh, okay, I'll make another appointment," but like, not wasting my time.
Yeah.
Took me so long. Like, fuck's sakes. Yeah.
I think a lot of things like we can go into conspiracy side of stuff. I don't know if you mind or not, but I know Rye doesn't mind. But I
Dude,
think
I'm all about that. The technology stuff. With
no, like I think a lot of sickness and a lot of things that people get sick from, we're just have parasites. I think that's what it is. I think when you go to the doctor, if you were to give people ivermectin for a lot of shit, I think we would be fine. I don't think we need a lot of serious medication for a lot of other things. I think it's either we have vitamin deficiencies or we have parasites. I think that's the only two real things that get wrong with us.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I ever told you guys the story about like the abdominal shit I had for like a long time, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
And tried all these different diets and shit, and nothing worked. And went and saw a naturopath and did some like tests that I've never done before. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what it is." And I took antibiotics for 7 days, and whatever it was is gone. I haven't experienced anything like it since then.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice to be able to like go see a doctor like that, or like step outside the traditional medicine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of problem, like what Bag was saying, you used a lot of fasting. I think that's a lot of problem with a lot of people, is people just have a bunch of waste just fucking built up in their intestines, and it just rots in there.
I've been fasting since January. I've lost like 20 pounds.
20 pounds, bro. I weigh 250 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
I was 160 pounds one time in my life. Now I'm 250 pounds. I feel like I need to go. I think I need to just fast, bro.
Dude,
I just need to just do what you're doing.
The thing is, it's like it's not what you do on a day-to-day basis with shit like that. It's just consistency. You never get, like, looking back on it now, it's like almost 3 months for sure of fasting. And like, I have little cheats here and there. I'm like, goddamn, I'm hungry, so I just have a little something. But I know that like at the end of the day, when I go home and have a good dinner, that like I can eat whatever I want, and it's fine. And it's been like way more energy. Joints don't hurt as much. I think people overconsume.
I think our joints hurt because we don't eat the right foods. I think people really underestimate how important food is to us, because I know that our body consumes more water through fruits than it does when we actually drink water through like a bottle of water. So like, I think, if we're eating sugar all day, we're basically dehydrating ourselves,
I actively try and avoid sugar. I've just learned to like not eat sweet stuff as much. I still have it, but I don't keep that shit around, because I know I would eat it. And I know how bad it is for you and how easy it is to avoid. You just gotta like stick to like a regimen. Just be like, nah, I'm not eating that shit. Give it every now and then, but like some people consume it on the daily, like hundreds of grams of sugar a day.
Bro, I think people, I don't think people really understand that sugar is more addicting than cocaine.
It sure is.
Like that's the reason why Coke kind of switched it out, because they realized if they use sugar, they can keep doing what they're doing without the cocaine, but it still does the same shit. It actually does it even better.
Yeah, man, that Mexican Coke, that's the best.
Man. Yeah,
Mexican Coke's the best.
Mexican Coke is the fucking best. That is true.
Yeah, I had a few of those when I was down there.
Yeah.
But
I think there's like I think there's enough that goes into a whole other topic. But if you mix sugar addicts, cocaine, basically, right? You mix that in with social media, where people who are just addicted to their screens, and looking at flashy things, and then you mix in people are only addicted to looking at 10 seconds of viewership before they get bored, and then you mix in the fact that everyone is illiterate. That's a really fucking dangerous combination, right? Like you can take down a society like that.
Yeah.
Almost as if it was planned. That's my conspiracy theory side. But what I'm saying is that it just seems like the American school system is going fucking downhill so fast, but they're doing that shit on purpose. Because these AI agents, man,
Yeah, it's wild, man. How
Yeah,
the
this-
AI algorithms work.
Yeah, all the John Deere machines. I don't know, Bradley, have you seen the John Deere machines and what they're doing with circle farming? They basically, what they do is they have automated John Deere machines, and they have fields and circles, and it literally sprays, cleans, and plants and harvests all the plants by itself.
Years ago, on all the excavators, they started doing all the, the GPS and everything, and that was just unbelievable seeing these. You talk about autonomous cars. How about autonomous tractors and
autonomous tractors, bro,
Yeah.
and semi trucks? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, that's
crazy.
next level shit, right?
but it's all here. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have autonomous caterpillars like actual machinery for construction where you're building and
That's what
digging stuff.
that's what I'm saying. Yep. 100%.
Like, that's crazy. Yeah. So I think
Put
shit's gonna
more
get really
people on
weird really
jobs.
fast.
What are you talking about? Caterpillars?
The machines, the caterpillar.
Oh, like the brand,
the brand caterpillar.
Dude, I thought you were saying that they're putting caterpillars in things. I was like, what are you talking about, man? I haven't heard that. It's wild.
And all this drone stuff is getting it's just gonna get really weird really fast. And it's gonna keep getting really weird. And I think the whole trying to converge man and a machine together, and now we're using biology with computers because it's more efficient and it can handle and it can process more data at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Fucking the Matrix is coming real.
We're gonna be rich when it happens. We're gonna get the AI doctor bot in our house.
That's what
daily
Zerk. So I was Ryan, I was talking to Zerk earlier today, and Zerk was like, "Should I worry?" And I'm like, "Bro, if I can hold your head, if I can just give you a hug and hold your head and give you a kiss on your forehead and tell you, Zerk, my fluffy muffin, everything's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be fine." Because at the end of the day, whatever the fuck is gonna happen is gonna happen. But I think we're all gonna be fine. I don't think the world is gonna end.
No.
I don't think we're gonna live in this crazy, Terminator Matrix type society.
No.
I think things are just gonna slowly be adapted and things are slowly gonna branch on. But it's gonna take a while. I don't think a lot of this shit happens in 5 years. I think this is like a 20-year, 15-year, 10-year type transition where we start seeing these things. But I think the technology, corporations will be utilizing it. They'll be making a shit ton of money because they are. But
yeah,
I don't think people have anything to worry about.
What did Schwartz say? So what if a few of us get rich?
Yeah, exactly. If a few of us get rich,
Who cares?
No one's gonna bat an eye, right?
No. Give the peasants their tens of millions of dollars.
Did you see the interview with Bloomberg that did with Jeb McCaleb? Basically saying he made billions of dollars off of crypto and now he's starting a space company. Like it was fucking so nonchalant. Like it was just setting the tone that these people are going to become billionaires off of holding crypto, and they'll just have different ventures. And here at Bloomberg, we're just going to report on all these crypto rich fucks that create all these business ventures, because that's what we do as Bloomberg reporting. It was a crazy vibe. The way how they went about it, the way they presented it was pretty nuts.
Yeah,
but it's becoming normalized for sure.
Who knows if the facts that they're giving us are even real, right?
Right.
I think the lower class is definitely massive, but I think the upper class is bigger than they're telling everybody. They don't want people to see the difference and see how low on the podium they are.
Yeah,
because man, there's expensive shit everywhere, and I make decent money, but holy crap, how do these people afford this shit? And it's everywhere. It doesn't even matter when you travel too. It's everywhere.
Well, to be rich nowadays, or to be well off, you have to be making 100K plus.
Yeah,
a lot of the world does not make 100K plus.
That's the bottom end now.
Yeah, and so if you really think about it, anyone who's 100K plus and above are living a whole different world than people who are making less than that bracket are, right? The people who are making less than 100K are fuck, this sucks. But the people who are living above 100K, they're This is cool. Yeah, it's a little tough right now, but it's fine. We'll survive. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Bradley, I fucking love you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You guys have been,
I'm
like I
so
said,
into that. Thank
from
you.
from afar. We've been watching, and I got my son involved now. And Nerdy, that's what we used to call him. He's our nerd. He's our family nerd. And you guys, he wants to keep talking with you, boy. That's great. You got some good ideas. Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
Did you hear the proposed sort of plan for the conservative government up here?
No, talk about it real quick.
Yeah, he was saying that any capital gains, as long as you reinvest it in the country, will be tax free. So that opens up opportunities to potentially cash out there, which would be sweet.
We need less taxes.
Definitely less taxes.
You can't have a shit ton of fucking taxes when you're eroding purchasing power.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have that. You can't have both of them there. That's not like, it's not gonna fucking work out. You have to level this. Either you give us purchasing power back, or you lower taxes.
Yeah.
Or you make yeah.
It's a battle up here right now because the guy that's running for the liberal side is basically, I wouldn't say copying, but he's taking a lot of the ideas and polarizing them and thinking and making everyone believe it's like propaganda, like that they came up with it first or something. But we did have the carbon tax drop today, and fuel dropped, I think, 22 cents a liter.
Mm-hmm.
Like just overnight. And I'm just like, how hilarious is that? Like, one day you're paying a carbon tax and fuel's really expensive. The next day you're not paying tax and it's way cheaper. It's just a fucking clusterfuck.
It's like, go figure, right? It's like,
yeah,
go figure. Well, I think a lot of that again stems from the surrounding society. If the people of that place are just like so just not in tune of what's going on, and they're just not informed, and they're just not aware of how little things are the reason why the big problem exists. And if they were to just get rid of the little things, then they would solve everything else. But people are more like sports teamish, where everyone are it's more like a competition. Like, oh, because my party introduced this, whatever the fuck it is, it has to be good. When in reality, it actually it's that's what making your life worse. But because it was from this party and I'm a tribalist and I have to vote, cheer on my sports team, then so be it. Which is stupid, right? That's like a really stupid way to live. But that's like your average democratic, liberalish place where it's like, the laws that you have in place are making your life a living hell, but you're still voting for them because the people who are saying to vote for them are your people.
Yeah. The red pill definitely made me realize how questionable the other side is.
Yeah, like I think at the end of the day, so there's something happening right now in Canada, right? Where people are protesting, and they're going against anything American brand, anything that's American brand. They're pulling it off the shelves.
Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, and they're basically saying that anything from America, we're gonna become anti-American, and they turn the American Americano into a Canadian Econo or some shit. I was watching some shit about that today. Yeah, they're trying to change fucking names for coffees and shit, right? Because they're trying to become anti-American, and people are going to stop eating McDonald's and all this other shit.
Meanwhile, the McDonald's and the Walmarts and everything are all open.
Yeah. So,
but they've got placards being like Canadian run, Canadian owned. It's like McDonald's is American.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Walmart.
problem. Yeah, I think a lot of problem with a lot of this stuff is that the relationship between Canada and America is so intertwined that to boycott someone's product or to boycott one way or the other, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. straight up.
Yeah.
Like it makes no fucking sense.
We just need the facts to be laid out so everyone can decide for themselves in like a fair manner, because if we're not getting equal facts, it's really propagandized. It's annoying to watch, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like people, like I'm sure people in here realize, but like Canada puts tariffs on the States on a lot of shit.
Yeah, they charge us 240% for something. I forgot what it was.
It's not like just all of a sudden Orange Man is in power and now he's tariffing our country and we've never heard of tariffs and they're scary and bad. And
yeah,
like, geez, like.
Yeah, Canada was talking about doing business with other nations outside of America and wanting to do business with China.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's what fucking Trudeau was trying to do the whole time. Right? Like that's what Trudeau is like a Canadian puppet, right? Like that's the reason why he screwed up everything.
Yeah.
And I think that for the fact that they're basically saying that we're going to be anti-American and we want to do business with China, is like it's counterintuitive. They're basically just giving in to the globalist agenda that was already there to begin with.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah,
because we all have to vote soon.
Another thing is with these tariff things, I don't think a lot of people understand. So, America has this really, people don't like, if you talk about the history of a few founding fathers of ours who are very anti-monarch, they're very anti-centralized control. Okay. They were very anti being taken advantage of, and tariff were used to pay American people a dividend because we're exporting or using our resources to help something out or to help someone out. And tariff was a good thing because in Alaska, they have oil. People get a dividend. I think it's like $1,000 a month or something like that. Because they have oil on their land and they take it out, so they get paid for it. Tariffs in the same way can help us get rid of all the fucking taxes, like straight up.
Yeah, that's right, straight up.
It can help us. It can like literally put us on a path where not only are we number one head honcho, but at the same time, people are paying us, and it's more of like we're on the better end of the stick, right? And within that structure, we can pay for schools, we can pay for healthcare, we can pay for innovation, we can pay for raw materials, and we can become such a power fucking house that has ever that has like the face of this planet has ever seen, like straight up, right? But because we have a fractional reserve system right now, and because we have this leech that's called the Federal Reserve that's on our fucking nuts.
That's right.
If we were to get rid of that leech, which is the Federal Reserve, which is the only reason that is there because of quantitative easing, which is the fucking money printer, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is what sucks our lives. It fucking drains the fuck out of our lives. Why? It's because it's costing us more money. Every time they fucking move, they swindle that fucking money printer, right? And then print more fucking dollars and send more money to Ukraine or Israel, wherever the fuck they want to send this our money, right?
Yeah.
Mine in your life gets more difficult, gets harder. The small business profits margins get smaller. Our paychecks, the money that our paychecks can buy, gets fucking smaller. Everything gets fucking smaller. Yep. On the name of we're Big Daddy, we're fucking freedom. Don't worry, Big America Papa's gonna come and help you. Cool, we can be nice. Fuck you for taking advantage of us. That's the way I look at it. Okay, is that I agree with a lot of shit that Trump says. Don't get me wrong. I voted for him three times. Okay, but at the same time, people have to understand is that if we're going to switch from fractional reserve to this tariff deal that's happening, it can't happen under one administration. It has to happen under at least 2 terms. At least 2 terms. Okay.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's going to be a rough ass fucking transition going from this fractional reserve system to something that we're going to depend on other people on. And then if you're going to a system where you depend on other people on, you have to put into to the equation that we have this de-dollarization like fucking thing going on right now, where everyone is just, you know, China and Russia are creating their own payment systems. They don't want to have nothing to do with the United States. The thing that we have that they don't have is that we have money and they don't have money. So we buy a shit ton of their products. That's where we hold the ball in this field, right? If China wanted to do business with England, but most of fucking England is broke, who the fuck is gonna buy Chinese products? It's the same shit with anywhere else in the world. If your dollar, if your currency itself doesn't amount to anything and doesn't give you that much purchasing power, and if you're trying to skip the dollar and do business somewhere else, well, that person in that region of people are not going to buy too much of your products, so you're not going to see that much profit. So you might as well stick with doing business with Americans, with American money. That's where we have people by the balls, right? And on top of that, we have our treasuries, which is our debt. So if you combine those two things together, the dollar ain't fucking going nowhere. So you actually have no other choice but to do business with America. The problem with this whole thing that we're talking about is that if we're going to transition from the fractional reserve to this tariff situation, we're the ones who have to suffer. Me and you. We have to fucking suffer, because that means our cost of living is going to go so high, whether it be for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it has to be high for that short amount of time in order for transition to take place. Yes, it might be happy that, you know, DJT is saying, you know, fuck that country, tariff your, I'm going to tariff your ass. Fuck you, I'm going to tariff you. That's cool. Not that it's not, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. But at the same time, we have this thing called a debt clock, and we have a thing called interest, and the interest is outpacing the amount of debt we have already, meaning that we're on a short fucking timeline. So this is where the headbutting comes in, so people are aware of what the timeline thing is that Trump's plan and what Trump is trying to do is a 10-year to 15-year to even 20-year plan. It's not a full year term plan. This is like 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms, maybe 5-term plan. Like, you have to have 3 people in there to keep this shit going, right? But we only have 72 months, if that, left. And in 72 months, you're seeing the whole fucking system crack. You're seeing Party City go out of business. Red Lobster is fucking going down. Hooters fucking is gone. You're seeing a bunch of banks being consolidated because a lot of other banks can't hold on. You're seeing real estate collapse. The real estate market is collapsing. Repo is going crazy. People are letting go of treasuries. Like, it's a fucking big fuckery. But here's the other thing is that in the short amount of 72-month time that we have, we need liquidity. That's the only thing that's going to safeguard this shit. So that means within the next 72 months, there has to be a revaluation of some whether it's we're auditing the Fed, we're going to fucking see if people have the gold, we're going to do something. But at some point in time, gold and silver is going to be the big winners. And I fucking guarantee you we're going to see a $500 silver. I fucking guarantee you we're probably going to see a $19,000 gold. I fucking guarantee you. It's going to fucking happen, because it is inevitable to have a liquidity crisis combined with a new technological revolution, combined with this AI agent bullshit, combined with trying to make data centers, combined with trying to make more energy more efficient. You need fucking silver for all that shit. You get what I'm saying? So
wild. I don't know if you saw it. I was gone for the last 5 minutes. I was getting a drink.
Yeah.
I've been stockpiling some American bourbons and whiskeys, because once they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna get fucking weird. Shit is gonna get
Just make
weird.
sure you buy them in silver flasks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, that was Nerdy's rant. That was Nerdy took over fucking boardroom and was given 30 minutes to fucking rant, 20 minutes to rant, finally, without Zerker telling me to shut the fuck up.
No, you got it. You're nailed the bullseye.
Solid.
I'm sure
one more thing, hey, Nerdy,
how's Trump going to get to third in 2028? How's Trump winning? Tell us, Nerdy.
I think so. So someone said something about Trump. So I think Trump brought up something about saying that someone said that Trump couldn't run a third term, and then he responded with something along the lines of, "It is possible."
Yes, he did.
So here's a fucked up part. We know Trump is a tiny hat agent. We know for a fact he's a fucking puppeteer. Okay,
That's right.
but we're fine with it. That's the fucked up part, right? It's like we're like we acknowledge it. We know what it is, but at the same time, who the fuck else is gonna be head honcho right now? It's
That's
not
right.
gonna be fucking Obama. It's not gonna be Bill Clinton. It's not gonna be fucking anyone else. It's gonna be the Don,
Yep.
right? Like it could be Grassley. It could be, you know, Ron Paul or someone like that. It could have been. It could have even been fucking Matt Gaetz. I mean, who knows? But at the same time, America fucking loves Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's just 100% fact. And we will keep voting for this motherfucker as long as he runs.
I think a lot of Canadians do too.
Yeah, that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
A lot
I
of
mean, if he
people
runs
think-
again and he runs against someone else, who the fuck are you going to vote for? I'm most likely probably going to vote for Trump again, even though I understand his background. Like, I'm still going to fucking,
we had this
like, I'm not taking any other chances, right?
we had this conversation the other night, and she was like, "Did you hear about that Donald Trump said that you can buy citizenship to the U.S.?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's $5 million." And she was like, "Oh, that's crazy." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy it when XRP moons.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, like
easy
I-
in."
Yeah, bro, I had this thing when Trump was first running in 2016 and he was running again, and then I had like this, I had to put it at phrases in a way where like you can have a shitty worker, but if the worker is efficient, who gives a fuck?
Mhm.
Right? Like you can hate someone, you can hate a coworker, but if that coworker is an efficient ass worker and does the job good and it's like keeping the company
Absolutely.
floating,
Yeah.
you're gonna shut the fuck up and work with him. And I think that's
Yep.
what Trump is. I think Trump is a person who we might have little itching niches, like we might not like certain things here and there, but he's fucking efficient. He's making shit happen.
Yeah.
We've seen more progress in a month, in 3 months than we have in the last 4 fucking years. We'll take it. Whatever it is, we'll take it. So that's my opinion. That's my take on that. It is what it is. You know, he's a businessman and he makes good fucking deals. I mean, not all the time. I mean, a lot of the deals fucking suck for us, but
Yeah, he's human.
it's better than fucking open borders. I mean, did you like fucking open
Yeah.
borders? I mean, were we happy with fucking open borders? Were we happy being raped with fucking tariffs and other sorts of other shit? I mean, no, we weren't, right? So
Yeah. We don't really have like the border issue up here, but we have like open street policy where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah,
Like if I do something wrong, I'm for sure getting taken to the station and questioned and all that shit. But if someone smashes a window downtown and goes in there and lights a fire, they're released within like 4 hours.
mm-hmm.
So I got a problem with that.
Yeah,
That's something that needs to change. It affects everybody in the town. Affects all the businesses. People don't want to go downtown when there's shit like that happening. And it wasn't like that 10 years ago. But
Well,
now everyone just kind of accepts it.
Well, 10 years ago, we had more purchasing power, right? Like when you have more purchasing power, you live in a better society.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my
True.
thing about democracy and being living in a republic, constitution, so on and so forth. Is that whether you live in a democracy or a republic, or you live in a socialistic, democratic, socialistic, or communist type region or area or structure, both have a problem of centralized power, right? That whether you have lobbyists on the free side or you have government and private relationships on the red side, both sides have a problem with centralized power. The problem with that centralized power derives from purchasing power. And this is why in the Constitution, they said that money should always be tied to gold and silver, because our forefathers knew that that centralized point of power and authority derives from loss of purchasing power. As long as an American citizen has purchasing power and is able to buy shit outright, you can never tell that person what the fuck to do. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of me having gold and silver, me able to buy my land out fucking right, and me be able to pass my land and my house that I fucking built, that you have to leave me alone on, to pass over to my child, and they can so on and do so. That what created prosperity. But what happened was the evil fucking Federal Reserve came out,
That's right.
the fucking monster, right? And sucked the fucking life out of what America was truly supposed to be, or what the main point of America was. Hey, not only is free speech important, not only the right to bear arms is important, but your monetary system is the most important, right? And the last one was your social structure, making sure that everyone had a town hall, everyone can talk to each other, everyone was aware that what the person who you chose to represent you was really on about. If there's any scandals around that person, you would talk about it, and you would figure it out, and you would kick that motherfucker out and bring someone else in. But the problem is that we live in a structure now that is kind of went away. But back to my point to what I was talking to you about Canada, is one thing that we learned about Canada was that if people are going to boycott something, we still do have power. We have power in what we purchase, and we have power as consumers.
Mm-hmm.
We can choose what products that we buy in a materialistic company, and that what hinders the whole corporation and the whole system as a whole. So if you wanted to take that even further, if we decided not to pay taxes at one point in time, or we decided to rebel against someone else major, we can actually make a fucking difference. But we'd have to come together in order to make that happen. But it is possible, not that it isn't.
Another Tea Party, right?
I'm just saying. I'm saying, but I'm not saying. I'm not trying to start nothing, but I'm just saying. I'm just putting the idea out there that to people to think that, we live in a system where we don't have power. I think that's false. I think we live in a system where the more greedy it becomes, the more power that we actually inherit.
But Kennedy wanted to get rid of it. All this Kennedy talk recently, they're not even talking about it. He wanted to get rid of the Federal Reserve. We're not even talking about that.
The Federal Reserve is evil as fuck.
And then Reagan talked about it, and they shot him to keep him in line.
Yeah, well, that's how all the CIA operations and how they're getting paid for is through the Federal Reserve, because
through the Federal Reserve.
Yep. So if we got rid of that, a lot of shit will go away. And we're not supposed to. Our government is way too big. It's way too fucking big. We have too many. We have so many like. The DTCC, and then we have the SEC, and then we have all this other shit. Like, it's too fucking much. We should just have easier way to get shit passed, right? That way we can actually start streamlining innovation, streamlining companies and shit, rather than waiting, to get shit passed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I also think things should go. I think things should be voted per district. I think how your district is how your society, the society you live in, and the district that you're in, the law should reflect that area. The law should not reflect a whole fucking state. I think that's fucked up. I think when Gavin Newsom is coming into California and saying that, hey, we're gonna build this railroad across all these fucking cities, and it's gonna cost us $100 bajillion dollars, and never fucking complete it, just create little parts of it and say, hey, I lost $96 billion. Oops, and then say fuck off, and then I think it's just corruption at the core, and it's just messed up. And I think that in order to combat that, we would stop giving one representative so much fucking power, and we would go down to actually be in democracy and start actually decentralizing things and create it per district, which is in your area. If your area is struggling, we'll reflect it so you can help it out so it's not struggling no more. And then that way we have this load balance type ordeal that if a city's area cost of life, or the way that people live, falls down, degrades in a way, you know, help them out so they go up. And this way we have this leveling portion that, like, no matter what, as America goes on, even though there's volatility, will always just become better and better and better, you know?
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. Kind of on the same example was like, for our province, the premier of the province got to decide just randomly because he's anti-Trump that he's going to make all the liquor stores that the government runs pull all their shit from the shelves. No one got to vote on that. No one got to have, like, you're just being a dick to be a dick.
Yeah, like, and that's some fucked up shit.
We need a blockchain option so when these major issues arise that people can vote or have a say. But I'm voting with my dollar. I'm purposely not going to those stores, even though I can get the liquor cheaper, like for beer and things. But any of the good bourbons and whiskeys that I drink, they don't sell them. They pulled all of them from the shelves. They're just sitting in the back somewhere. And like, how petty and stupid is that?
It is really petty and
you're
stupid.
making me suffer as a citizen because I'm prepared to buy something, spend my hard-earned money on something I enjoy. And then you're also hurting people in the US that produce it.
Yep.
All in the name of virtue signaling that you don't
virtual signaling, bro. This pandering. It's fucking stupid.
And then everyone's like, yeah, don't go to the government stores, or don't go to the private stores, go to the government stores. Yeah, support local. It's like, I'm going to support what I like.
Right.
And if it comes from the US, then so be it. They make some of the best whiskeys in the world.
I think it's stupid that we're still having this freedom, this corporation versus freedom conversation, or this dialect, when we're supposed to be this free democratic fucking place, right? Like,
yeah,
all of these problems are happening.
Real quick, I just want to say shout out to the chat. Everyone's kind of popping in. Make sure you smash that like too.
Oh, you know what it is? You made me do it. Hold on. Where is it?
Crank up that diesel. Let's go diesel.
That's good. That's my era, John Reagan's, man. He tore apart my Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah. 408 watching. Solo Dolo with Rye Guy and Bradley. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, Rye Guy.
Hell yeah.
Rotisserie Bear says, what? No Crown Royal with the purple bag for your coins? Nah. Crown Royal is okay. It's a mixer. You mix it, whatever. I drink most of the stuff neat, but there are a couple like mixers I have. So yeah.
Back in my day, we just used a Crown Royal bag as a boot shifter. Shifter boot.
That was my poker chip bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the show. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a dope ass show. Thank you.
Pleasure to talk to you, and again, thanks for your platform, Nerdy, and I'll be watching in. Yep. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nerdy.
Thanks you guys for watching. Peace out. Until next time.
Knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. I told my boss I put my 2 weeks on feeling bullish. Never coming back, I got gains, I'm doing it, I'm through with this. I started saving up and I started getting bags. Now I'm stupid rich, I'm stupid rich. CNBC, CNN said we hooligans. Who was them? Another party on the moon again. It was closer than sooner than. I'm sorry that you missed it, I'm sorry that you missed it. James Rule got a shirt and it says I told you so. I didn't mean to say it, but I told you so. They tried to check us out, but we couldn't let you go. Got you occupied, don't want you to know. I hope you got a hold, please enjoy the show. Bagman, more commander, gotta go. We're the new family all across the globe. Jump inside the mothership, now it's time to roll.
You know how many faces would melt? Do you know how many people would look at you and go, wow, you're just lucky. You're just lucky. Yeah, you told me about it, but hey, you're just what? I told you so.
We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. Hey, I got a new shirt and it says that I'm ghost. Top hat on with the bagman coat. Pimpin' in the cane, plus I found all the gold. And your friend still is a no-show. Not participating, so enjoy the show. You try to help them out, but they just don't wanna know. Now they watching for the sky like a fireworks show. The 1% fam, now we all ghost. I know you probably told some friends, but they not listening. That's too bad for them, cause now there's no getting in. I found the switch now and bagman flipping it. Brace yourself, this was all a show, now it's finally sinking in. We headed to the top, no more looking at your watch clock. Tell your boss that you're bullish, F off. Cause we stupid rich, we stupid rich, we stupid rich. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you. We knew it would happen and we told you. We told you. We told you.
That's what you need to tell them. My t-shirt, XRP, I told you so.